Food toxicology, absorption, distribution, and excretion. What is toxicology? Toxicology is defined as the study of nature and mechanism of toxic effect of substances on living organisms and other biological substances. Versus toxicology is science that combines biology and chemistry to study poisons and their effect in biological systems. Cells toxicology is the study of adverse effect of chemical, physical, and biological agents on living organisms. We can say the types of toxicology. Following types of toxicology is analytical toxicology. In analytical toxicology, to identify the toxicants to which an organism is exposed. If you can cells clinical toxicology, it deals with the identification of toxicity, its symptom and measure to eliminate the toxicant from body. Number three is occupational toxicology. This deals with the occupational exposure of the toxicant and its effect on the organism. Environmental toxicology, the study of nature, properties, effects, and detection of toxic substances in the environment. I'm going to say forensic toxicology. It deals with the legal implication of the measure to ameliorate the symptom and sign of toxicant. Environmental toxicology, the study of the nature, properties, effect and detection of toxic substances in the environment. Forensic is also deal with the legal implication of the symptom measure to ameliorate the symptom of and sign of toxicant. Ameliorate means to getting better. Regulatory toxicology attempts to protect the people by setting laws, regulations, standard limits. It can be regulatory toxicology. You can say developmental toxicology, study of adverse effect on the developing organism that may result from exposure prior to conception, during prenatal development, and postnatally to the time of sexual maturation. What is toxicity? Toxicity is measured to the degree to which something is toxic or poisonous. Toxic can refer to the fact of toxicant on a whole organism, besides human or bacterium and a plant, or to a substructure such as the liver. Types of toxicity. Target organ. They're gonna target organ like neurotoxicity, genetic toxicity, reproductive toxicity, immunotoxicity, endocrine toxicity, target species, aquatic toxicity, environmental toxicity, wildlife toxicity, veterinary toxicity, selective responses, tetragenesis, carcinogenesis. There are two types of toxicity in the base of exposure based on duration. Acute toxicity is the brief, short duration exposure to the toxicant. Chronic toxicity is persistent exposure or a long period of time. If you're going to see long-term study, it is the human exposure to the chemical at a much lower level than they are acutely fatal for a long time. It is also called a subchronic toxicity, in which short-term study is the human exposure to the chemical at a much lower level than they are actually fatal for short terms. It is also called a subacute toxicity. Acceptable daily intake is defined as the daily intake of chemicals which appear to be without appreciable risk if the births of all the known factors at the time. It is generally expressed in terms of milligram. Toxic any chemical, biological, or physical agent that cause toxicity. Toxicity is called toxicant. Type of toxicant. There are generally three types of toxicant: chemical, biological, and physical. One's types of toxicant are chemical toxicant. Chemical toxicant include both inorganic and organic compounds such as lead, hydrofluoric acid, and chlorine gas, ethyl alcohol, and poisons from living things. Physical toxin including size, direct blows, concussion, sound, and vibration, heat and cold, non-ionizing electromagnetic radiation, infrared and visible light, ionizing non-particulate radiation, X-rays and gamma rays, and particulate radiation, alpha beta rays, and cosmic rays. If biological toxic and these remember single organism, virus, bacterium, fungi, or worm, absorption of toxin. It's carried out by process specific diffusion, filtration, carrier mediated transport, engulfing by the cell, endocytosis, passive diffusion. Most toxins cross cell membrane by simple passive diffusion. Rare static ready to concentration grading across the membrane into the lipid solubility. Ionized form is often unable to penetrate the cell membrane because of its low lipid solubility. The non-ionized form, likely lipid soluble, rate of penetration depend upon lipid solubility, extent of ionization of weak acid and bases depend upon the pH of the medium.